It's Saturday night. Which around here means it's time to party. So we'll start the party slow. We'll ramp up as we go, okay? I also ate recently, so I've got to let things settle before I start spinning around in circles, okay? Here we go. I need a little boost. Oh, come on. Come on. Okay, a little boost. Here we go. Ready? Nope. Hold on. I'm not ready. Dennis. Hello, Sensei Johnny Sins. It's good to see you, Dennis. How are you? How's your weekend been? What have you been up to? Anything crazy? Right? That's an N, right? Yeah. Johnny Sins, right? Yep, okay. Again, I'm upside down now, too. Johnny Sins. Fatality. Is it also hot over there, too? It is. It's pretty warm. I mean, it's not as bad as it is, like, on the East Coast. But it's warm. That being said, I kind of thrive in the warmth. So, you know, for me, it's not as big of a deal. I also don't wear a shirt very often, so that helps. Hi, Driven by Austin. How are you? Do you party? It's the most important question I have tonight, is do you party? I'm doing great. I get paid in 3 days. Ooh, that pre-payday feeling. That's good. It's good. I can't talk and play. I'm doing pretty good, Austin. It's, still the middle of the weekend. We still got a full day, at least for me. So, not too bad at all. Did you see the new UFO files the U.S. government just dropped? No. I didn't. I really didn't, though. Did they? Why? Is there another thread of the Epstein files coming out? The Queen says, "Hi, pretty bold guy. Hi, Queen. How are you? I'm feeling bold." Savage Institute TV says, "Good eve, noble sir. You look like a bouncer at a bar." For midgets? Okay. Also good sounds, thank you. Love the drum. Thank you, goddess. I got it out just for you. When I was bodybuilder, Big Kyle, I was often like, I would stay next to the front door of like house parties, and I would act very intimidating. You know, I'm 5'8", but I was like enormously wide. Stupid thing to do. The drums sound so good. Good evening. How's your weekend been, Goddess? Have you missed me? Oops. Keeps wanting to slide off my legs. I thought about switching and then my brain stopped working. Stupid, but sounds fun. Dennis says, you're still big, Kyle, if you know what I mean. Well, thank you, Dennis. I appreciate that. I also am back on my bullshit with bulking up. So I'm very sore. I'm eating my protein. We're not gonna have big Kyle back necessarily. I mean, the big Kyle's here, but enormous Kyle's not coming back. But I think a more full potential Kyle is coming. King Kyle, some might say. Thank you, Goddess. Mwah. Of course we missed you. Well, I appreciate that. Savage Institute says, fake bouncer at a house party is very reasonable. You also look like a taxi driver from Azerbaijan who got rich saving $70 a day. Well, is that all it takes? Shit. I should have been on that. Kyle, you've lived an odd life. You know, 2 first names I have. And I didn't really like think about it until I started telling people about some of the stuff I've been through, and they're like, well, I mean, some of that is like I've traveled a lot, you know, so. But I appreciate that. Huge compliment, by the way. Thank you. Thank you. I'm the taxi driver that made it. What was your weirdest job? Weirdest? I mean, well, okay, there's like jobs that I had that were actual like W-2s, etc. But there's also like work that I've done I've done a lot of like side work, like manual labor kind of stuff, like in the summers between semesters in college, for example. One time I was offered $100 to clean a chicken coop, and I took it, not understanding, A, anything about a chicken coop, B, that this chicken coop hadn't been cleaned in about a year. So the pile of debris, chicken shit, literally, was this high. And so it took me all fucking day of carting this literal shit around. So that's probably like one of the grossest ones. I was a janitor for multiple different like kinds of businesses, you know, like banks and other office buildings. It's not really weird. I worked at a daycare briefly. What? Can I get an invite to one of these parties? Oh, first names. Well, tonight's the party here, but the party in the flesh is a whole different animal. So yeah, I mean that is a dream, to have a channel party, right? We all meet up, we all dance for 12 hours straight. Okay, and no cops. Mount Everest of chicken shit sounds rough. Oh my God, it was. And I was just like, 2 hours in, I was like, I can't fucking do this, but I already am in the middle of it. So, taught me a lot about patience. And disassociated. See, I can't talk and play. And disassociation. You know, you just go somewhere else in your brain and you just shovel the shit. You shovel the shit. You shovel the shit. They've been programming us very well. Why do we not see more tall buildings painted in cheetah or leopard print? That's a good question. I think probably because the 70s ended, unfortunately. I wish I could have been there for it. Let's see. I'm going to speed it up a little bit, and I'm just going to try and play a little bit. Goddess says, so true. Savage Institute says, topic, rattlesnakes and such. Nice. What other baby toys are we putting on the butts of all these snakes? You know, no one's really been asking that question. That's actually very interesting. What kind of psycho baby started putting the rattles on snakes in the first place? What kind of deal do they have with snakes that I don't understand? You know what I mean? Like, I approach a rattlesnake, they flip the fuck out. I look like a baby, you know? It's like, so there's something I'm missing, and you're right to point it out. Architecture got uglier over the years. Yeah, uglier and, you know, cheaper. I mean, shit. The first car I ever had was like, I think it was an 89 Chevy Silverado. And that thing was a tank. I could have driven that thing through a building and been totally fine, right? It did not have airbags. It barely had a seatbelt. I got it from someone where they had it sitting on the back part of their property for 10 years. And we had to clean out the hornet's nest behind the driver's seat, but it was a tank. And then, you know, flash forward to now where the Cybertruck falls apart if you look at it for too long. It's crazy. Well, things aren't meant to last. They're meant to be bought multiple times. Savage Institute says, you have earned the job of Matisyahu's new drummer. What is that? I accept, but what is that? Savage says, Goddess, we need more builds wrapped in alligator hide. We got enough gators, right? I went to a mechanic to get my wheels aligned. I told them I want them all to be libertarian. But then they just go whatever way they want to, right? You need them to be united. Okay. A little bit more of this. When I drum quickly, it heats me up, so, you know. And I'm wearing fun socks tonight, so. Because I think I might dance around a little bit, so I kind of want to, you know, you'll see. Okay. truth. All the best, man. Gotta run. Have a good night, Savage. I'm glad you were able to join us right as the party started. Princess Sheesh says you look like an earthbender from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Really? Which? Oh, just because of the green. Interesting. You know, normally people tell me I look like the Avatar. That's okay. I like that. It's not the element I would normally, you know, assign to myself. But if you saw any of my actual martial arts, you would probably think I'm an earthbender. Okay. Earth bender. Forgive me, I'm writing backwards and upside down. Is that right? Earthbender, yes, 1. Thank you. Check that, yeah. It's because of the bald, I know. It's very low-hanging fruit, you know what I mean? So, and everyone's reaching real low nowadays. McGregor just blew his knee in the first minute of the fight just now. Well, spoiler alert. But see, and this is why everyone was like, who do you think's going to win, Holloway or Conor? And I was like, Holloway 100% because Conor's washed up, etc. No, Conor's the best. Conor has been dicking around for, what, a year or two? Like, it's been crazy. So, no way, you actually have a chart for that? Oh, yes. Yes. And if I put the sunglasses on, which I might, it's a party, we'll probably get a lot more accusations. 5 years? Yeah, you know what? Fuck Conor McGregor. You know, well, he can't fight anymore, so I feel a lot more comfortable saying that. Fuck Conor McGregor. Dude, you had one job. And look, I have more injuries than most people have fucking, like, you know. I can't think of something with a large enough number, okay? But he had one job. He could make a fuck ton of money if he just is barely disciplined and just shows up and doesn't fuck around all the time. But see, you can get away with that when you're winning all these titles and stuff. The attitude is backed up. You're able to cash the checks you are writing with your ego. Konata says, my students are all morons. Konata also says hi. Hi. Why are your students morons? What do you teach? I just saw a video today, and I've been seeing this a lot lately, where like students in school, they can't read, but even if they can, they just refuse to, and they're like openly rude, and they're like, no, I'm not going to do anything. It's like, it's bonkers to me. Princess says, okay, I'm subscribing. I need notifications for next time you're live. Yes. Well, I don't know if you've got stuff going on, but the trolls will roll in, and that's when it gets really interesting, because I cannot be trolled. But thank you, Princess. I appreciate the sub. Hopefully you like what you see. It's going to be a bit of a smorgasbord. He made 200 million. He's probably okay. But what a letdown. Well, that's what I mean. It's, you know, it's like, man, you can't even show off once or just put up a good effort. You know, it's like he blew out his knee. I don't know, man. I knew it was going to be an uninteresting fight. Conor's washed up. Well, that's unfortunate. Hopefully the other fights were good on the card. You know, that sucks. What a letdown. How irresponsible of him. Come on. All right, a little more of this and we'll be done. I'm just going to let her rip. See what happens. You got to allow for things to get crazy. Notorious says, nice. My favorite whatever this is on. Exactly, Notorious. Welcome to stream. Always a pleasure. Thank you. We'll be doing a bit of something different pretty soon. I kind of want to start dancing around it a bit. Patty had the sickest sub I've seen in a long time. Really interesting. That's cool. Patty doesn't get a ton of credit. He gets a lot of street cred, but people sleep on him because he's not the cleanest technical whatever, you know. What is that thing called? This is called a hand pan drum. This one is in the key of D. It's got a hollow thing. So here's a neat thing, right? So you have the notes. You have, that's in this section. If you hit the ring, it's sort of a tinny with a bit of an echo, a little less clear, and then you go kind of on the outer edges and it becomes harder, but you get a sense of that. Right? So the whole thing is, so you can do that. You can bend the note. I don't know if you can hear it. Yeah. Here's the other cool thing. Because it's a drum and everything, you know, is something vibrating, when you sing at the notes, oops. Shh, shh, shh. What is this? Run like 30 seconds. Dude, that's so pathetic. Shit, they should have just taken someone from the crowd to fight Holloway at that point. It looks like you're bolder for earthbending. Nice. Minecraft play? It's been a while since I played Minecraft. Islam says, oh, and He-Man had that same musical instrument. It opens portals. What? Bro, you gotta teach me the song that opens portals. I'm gonna shit. Sounds dope. Thank you. It's fun, and I'm a drummer first, so the musical aspect of it is kind of new to me, and so it's like I have to do the rhythm part and think about, like, I mean, it's all in the same key, so it all kind of sounds good, but certain things don't really gel as well as others. So, right, you got chords, I'm hitting both, right? So, and I'm a caveman. I just kind of slap at it. It's kind of like the equivalent of typing like this. Other people will, like, well, they're gentler with it first, wink, but you can hit with certain parts of your fingers with a slap or a strike where you recoil like a punch, essentially. I like to hit with the knuckle of the thumb because it's really clear, versus if I hit it with the tip of the finger, it's a little bit softer because the striking surface is a little bit softer. So, they'll do crazy shit where they like roll their knuckles and do all these things like this, and that they play like one of the drills. You look like you're about to go bowling. I do, you're right. There we go. Princess says, I'm going to go to bed now, and I'll probably be back next live. I appreciate that, Princess. I might do a workout stream tomorrow early, but if not, I'll be live this week in the evening. So I appreciate you checking it out. Do you like Jake Weber or Johnny whoever? I don't know who the second one is, so I can't just say I prefer them. Well, no, not next one. I'm going on vacation. Ooh, nice. Well, you have a good vacay. I'll be here when you get back. Corey says, I don't know about bowling, but he loves big balls. Wow. Thank you, Corey. Excellent precursor comment to the next one that's coming in, which is from Scott. Hi, Scott. Stopping in to say hello. Had an impossibly emotional day today. Today's the day. Oh my gosh, that's right. Really tough to say goodbye. Love and respect to you, Kyle, sir. Love and respect to you, Scott, for being able to do that. I can't imagine. Yeah, that's tough. You're stronger than you probably feel. And, strength often looks like enduring the worst. But you gave her a beautiful ride. I hope the weather was good today for the ride. Worth it, but hurts like hell. Exactly. And you continue to do what you need to do for the person you love, right? And that's a burden to bear, of course. I mean, no one prepare like you sort of kind of think about and worry about it, but you don't really consider that as a possible future, right? The one that you plan for is the one where you both retire and rent a boat and sail off into the ocean. And I'm sure the finality of it, right? Like, it's the actual day. You're actually saying you're doing the goodbye. And now you have to make that transition into the after period, and you know, what do you even say, man? I mean, that's hard. But here's the thing: you were a good husband, and you did what you needed to do for your family. And as the father, as the husband, that's sort of the expected role a lot of times. But what is not discussed is what that looks like, right? Mother's Day, there's a big to do about it, and a lot of times Father's Day is kind of like whatever. That's part of the father's burden, is carrying that, And I don't believe in strict gender roles, blah blah blah, but it's the part of, like, you have to be strong and carry the hurt. It's not because you're invulnerable. It's because you can continue carrying the hurt in your weak moments, right? So, just know that I totally respect your strength, and I know that, she would have appreciate, and she does appreciate, what you've done. So, whatever you need, man, if you need something, you let me know. But you will get through it, and she is, bring a lot of honor to her doing what you did today. So, I'm sure she is saying thank you. Dom, the Average Geek, says, hi, I have a question. Have you heard K-Leo's music? He is a really good musician. No. That's interesting. I'll make a note and I'll check it out. Let's see. I have another homework assignment from another person. Let's see. Do you have a suggestion where I should start with K-Leo? Tannen says, crystal ball. This? Do you see your future in my head? What's your opinion on the cartoon Teen Titans Go? I thought it was interesting. I like the idea of the Teen Titans. It was a little goofy and cartoony for me. I always wanted my superheroes to be, like, serious. But it was entertaining. I like Raven's pretty interesting. Is that her name? I don't know. Robin somehow fights people with powers as a child. Notorious says, makes sense, 100. Scott says, what I think you're saying is we did it together and now it's me alone and I have to grab the reins and do what I gotta do. That's right. Yeah, and you can handle it, you know. As much as it hurts, just know that, you know, you can do it. It's harder. It's definitely harder, but, you know, you're a strong man. Way down we go is good. Notorious says, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Nice. It's wise. Way down we go. I'll give it a listen. I can't on stream because it's copyrighted, so. Ryan says, Gay Boys for Diddy Committee. Well, I want to recruit you. Oh, really? The council has heard about me. Did you start storyboarding Tate the musical? Man. I am not enough of a musician to make the music for it. But, I mean, it's... We got Tate, Tristan, Clav's got to be on there as like the, you know, the Helen of Troy kind of character. You know, like maybe Tristan and Tate fight over who gets to have Clav. I will have my Clav. Crystal is crazy. True. Another is Broken Bones. Nice. Broken Bones. I'll check it out. Chop says, I didn't know you owned a shirt. I'm renting it. I can't afford them. Ryan says, do you want to donate to the Gay Boys for Duty? Oh, it auto-corrected it. Committee found. Do I want to pay for the foundation? No, the Diddy committee has money. Okay, that's not what they lack. Scott says, I'm headed to bed, Kyle. Just wanted to stop and show some love. You've been good to me and given solid advice. Thank you. Good night. Have a good night, Scott. And you know, take the time that you need to do what you need to do. I appreciate you stopping by, man. Especially on a day like today, too. You know, so thank you. Gemini says, hello, what's happening here? I just dropped in. Well, I was playing the handpan, but I got to keep it easy because of my, you know, my bone bullshit. Copyright makes sense. Yeah, I hate it. All I want to do is sing to you guys and serenade you. But fresh and fit guys. Candace Owens, thank you for your service. Okay. We got the song recommendations. I cannot stick by, but have my sub. Thank you, Gemini. I appreciate that. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. You got to say her name. Candace. Candace. It's Candace, Andrew. It's like the Stewie Griffin whipped, right? Isn't that, it's whipped cream or something like that? I appreciate you, Gemini. Lizard titties in your mouth says, you look like a white matchstick. That's a name, dude. I like that. If Tate was starved on an island for a year, but he stayed inside, LOL. Starved, maybe, but not without some, you know, some meat. Lori says, hello, Kyle, little man. So little. I'm so little. I'm just a baby. How you doing, Lori? That's a powerful throat. Thank you, two first names. It's true. Everyone says I've got a pencil neck, you know, but you know, I got pipes in there. Okay, the piping's all right. It's piping hot. Okay, first of all, let's switch the vibe up a bit. Bro popped a boner on his wrist. Yeah, you're not supposed to pop them, apparently. You're supposed to just let them resolve over time. Empty leather print chair when I swipe on. Fuck yes. That's how you know it's gonna be a good night. How you doing, Elements? It's Saturday. Oh fuck! I looked directly into the party light. God damn. Kyle, the little man, bro's huge, especially to you at this angle. Okay, hold on. We gotta switch the situation. Okay. Oh fuck! I did it again. All right. I'm sorry. Forgive me. There we go. We can work it. Come on. Is this the same guy that was on To Catch a Pedophile? I think it was a different show. I bet this guy eats corn on the cob the long way. Well, that's the way you present it to me every time. I bet he smells like Bigfoot's dick. Well, why don't you come sniff me and tell me, since you seem to be so intimately familiar? Good evening, all. Hope you're well today, Kyle. Hello, Timothy. It's good to see you. Our chests look the same. I was destined to find this channel. And with our powers combined, right, like the Wonder Twins, we like join chests, right? And then we transform into, form of eagle, right? Right? Right, please? I need this, please. Bro, eat corn on the cob from the other side. I eat it from the inside out, actually. Hi, Jacob. How are you? It's good to see you. Can you guys hear the music? This is okay. I don't really feel inspired to dance to this, though. Okay, let's look at this. Can't really see what I'm doing, though. All right. Give me a different song. Take too long. Come on. Too slow. Is this good? It's all right. No. No. Okay, maybe. We got a solid maybe. Ew, stuck together like Velcro. How is your wrist? You know, I think it's permanently like this. So I just gotta. The brace helps me not like let the. You know. Anyway, I hate it, but I must wear it. Especially if I'm getting crazy dancing around. Play YMCA. That's definitely copywritten. We can smell Kyle through the screen. Exactly. I paid extra so that you would have some of that smell, okay? What are you doing? This is my TV show. That's what I'm doing. What are you doing? Okay? I need a good song. I'm going to freak out. Not enough. No. God damn it. Hold on. What? No. No. Come on. No. Oh. This one has a heart, so I must have liked it. Probably smells like fish and regret. Please. You underestimate me. Ooh la la. Meg! God damn it, Meg, where have you been? It's good to see you. We're having a dance party. And you have to dance with me, or else. He smells okay through my phone. Maybe your phone portholes are dirty or something. Yeah. When's the last time you washed your portholes, okay? Because I did earlier today. Okay, because I'm considerate. I have one button on, okay? That's where the boundary is. It's Grayson. Hello, Grayson. How are you? Do you party, Grayson? There's all these moves I have in my brain that I can't remember what they're from. It's been a minute. It has been, Grayson. How's your weekend been? Oh, you can't see what I'm doing with my feet at all. So I'm stepping on. Okay, I need the light. You can do that traveling. Waltz turn, right? You waltz turn into it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And maybe a balance, right? Soutenu. What have you been up to? I had lunch today outside. It was very nice. How long have you been on so far? 45 minutes, not long. Well, Cornelius Aswald III. What's up, Brother Bear? How you doing, Pure Technique? I was hoping you'd stop by tonight. It's been a pretty good weekend so far. Been busy. Saw some family today. Tomorrow I've got training for a good portion of the day. I'm training somebody. So I'm not really sure what we'll do there, but yeah. I might squeeze in a workout stream tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how crazy we get tonight. Grayson says, nice. I got a haircut. Yeah, me too. What's in fashion nowadays? I don't know. Is it spiked hair with bleached tips? Is it 1997? Okay. Let's see if I can do a turn. Nice and easy, though. Okay. That was decent. See, the trick is you have to not care. Right? If you put all this effort into, like, prepping your turn, it doesn't work out. It's when you don't give a shit and you don't think and you just go that you get to really spin. Good to see you. Better get my words in before the trolls. Yeah, but I don't know. Last couple, it hasn't been quite as bad. Just chilling. Love the green shirt, though. Thank you. I like it a lot. You could shave off your eyebrows. I'm a kid. Okay, Grayson. Well, there's probably going to be a lot of things in chat that are inappropriate for your age, then. Grayson said hi. Hi, Grayson. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's try an Ande or. Or no, this would be Ande Dan. Ande Dan is this way. Ande or would be towards the back clip. Okay? Let's see what we got. Okay, not bad. Try the other side, of course. That was better. Hey, shit, I know a Grayson. Grayson says, I don't care. I just got 60 subscribers. That's a lot, Grayson. Good for you. You play video games? I do. When I can. I mean, right now I'm trying to play Marvel Rivals with Pure Technique. Before that, I was playing Crimson Desert. Bro, I can't wait for the new house towards like October. And that's not that long, right? In terms of like new house stuff, because people will spend years getting things together, right? So October, man, and then to have everything like set, everyone's in their spot, Good on you for doing all that work. Grayson says, I play that. Do you? Who's your main character? I'm a rogue main. I'm a Loki main. I don't really do DPS that much. I used to play Spider-Man, but not really anymore. Okay. Let's try from 5th position, which is 5th position is like this. Okay, so let's try from 5th position. I need to step away from the curtain a little bit. Nah, I already knew immediately. See, you know the second you press up, you know if it's going to be good or bad. Whoa, shit. See? Okay, hold on. 5th position. Okay, a little forward. Maybe farther back. Still a little forward. Interesting. Okay. Still, I'm not really trying. I'm gonna work on a gym too. Nice. Doctor Strange. That is an old main of mine. So I respect that. Gotta have a home dojo. Yes, you do. I'm the Moon Knight god. Yeah, I thought Khonshu was your god. Dude, I love the like Moon Knight going after Dracula because he owes him money. I love it. Where's my money, Dracula? Okay. I don't like 5th position, and I'm not a ballerina anymore, so I can do whatever I want. Yeah, see? Okay, let's go for more of a Balanchine. I've been doing this, like, Porterbras kind of out here, but... yeah, that's so much better. Thank you. Khonshu. When will I return? What's up? These songs are supposed to be funky. No. No. Oh my god. It's a cool concept. It is. It totally is. I don't know why I went to zombie first. You were good at dancing. Thank you. That's what I went to college for. And I don't I don't do any of the things I trained in college for anymore. Let's see. You can't even see the feet. The fouette turn is hard. You gotta kick, pivot. The hardest part is sitting on the balance at the end. So sometimes I'll like fouette into, and fouette is this in ballet, right? Fouette, turning it around. So flip it around, and then if you don't hit the balance and you're falling, you fall into it and then rock backwards. Right, so like a good version would be like, right, and a bad version would be like, uh-oh, I'm falling, something like that, right? Anyway. Yeah, broski, I have a wonderful stream. I'm gonna go soak. I'll be back. The knee is sore. Dude, you and Conor McGregor, apparently. I don't know if you saw that earlier, but we'll talk about it later. You have a good soak, brother. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Grayson says you're good at dancing. Dogs. Timothy says you can do dance for college. I didn't realize that. Yeah, well, some places. But yeah, usually it'll be like ballet as part of it, but then usually there's like ballet and a contemporary style, whether that's more like jazzy, lyrical, you know, like big arms, like big legs, you know, big jumps and spins. Whether that's more like avant-garde, modern, where you're like doing wacky stuff and like wiggling and there's like spoken word, you know, experimental stuff. That kind of varies on the college that you go to, but then they'll have a lot of like other eclectic stuff like, I don't think tap is really taught in college, but then you got like jazz. Some places will do some hip hop, but the programs usually aren't very robust. It's very like classical training, you know, and then you build off of that, right? So like I didn't have classes for Latin ballroom in college, but there was a club that did it. So you know, I did it in addition. Like I went to college for the like classic training, but I got extra training on the side while I was doing that. So that's usually how it works. You must live by a stop sign. I can hear all the vehicles stepping on the gas. For whatever reason, right outside, there's this stretch where like people just get really upset. I don't know why, but it's like there's always honking. There's always like, it's always just shit goes down right there. So I don't love it. Actually sounds awesome. Damn, bro, Electric Boogaloo was one of my favorite movies. Oh, dude, the spinning house. Oh my god, dude, crazy. What a reference. Grayson says it won't let me go live. Grayson, when did you get your subscribers? I think it takes like you need to get the subscribers. I don't know if that amount has changed. Actually, let me just look it up. $50. Interesting. Apparently, you don't need any subscribers to stream from desktop, which I did not know. That's crazy. Anyway, I know you need to apply for it, and I know that it took like a day or two before mine kicked in and let me start doing it. That happens a lot. That's a lot of YouTube. And Beat Street. I don't know if I remember Beat Street, but I'm bad at titles of things and names of songs and things like that. Timothy says, "Yep, it seems hip hop and college may not mesh." Well, yeah, but the people that go to college mesh very well with hip hop. It's getting warm. John Holmes says, "Show us the pipe." I can't. They won't let me. It said 50. Yeah, so I think you got to apply. It's got to verify you're like a real person. So I don't know if there's, I don't know if you have a kid account, maybe you can't stream. I don't really know because I'm a very old man. Corey says, "Debbie Does Dallas was the greatest movie ever made." Pure Technique says, "Marvel Rivals tonight, maybe?" I don't know. It depends on how long I stream, honestly. Because I got to wake up early to work out, because I got to then train somebody for the day. So, I need to figure out when that is. I need to message them. So, probably not tonight, man. I'm sorry. I'll get back to you in like tomorrow or something, and hopefully we can get it scheduled. Grayson says, "How do you do that?" How do you do what? Oh, I don't know. There's somewhere in your YouTube Studio app. Do you have that? Or if you go to your channel and go into YouTube Studio, there should be. I think it's in there. I'm not sure. I think try and go live, and I think that might trigger something. So I'm not really sure why it's not working. You might be able to send feedback and have YouTube look at it. No worries. I'm telling you, broski, you got to do a video game stream if possible. Yeah, and I need to just learn how to multi-layer the stuff on the stream so that you can see too, or other people could, right? Because we would play together or something like that. Yeah, what would be dope is if I could somehow stream doing VR. Because I love doing Blade and Sorcery and just fucking, and some of that. Okay. I understand. Hi, Jan. Jan says, "Hi, Daddy." Hi. You caught me just as I started disrobing. Marvel Rivals on VR? No, but just in general, Blade and Sorcery and Hard Bullet's another one I've been playing. So I like that in VR I can physically use my skills. You know what I mean? To directly affect my success, and that's super fun. So let's see, where's the good light? It's not the best light. It's more here. And I think this. Yes, this is the light. Sort of. I'm almost there. Yes. The bulk is bulking. We're still grainy here, but some of that is just because these muscles are larger than they should be. I'm definitely noticing right in here we're a little less defined, you know what I mean? But stimulus is up, okay? We got things moving. Not bad. I'm so sore if I squeeze too hard, I'm gonna pull something. Okay, sounds dope. Warm Red Angel says Andrew Tate from Temu. What an interesting thing you would say. Put a shirt on, Baldy. No, Kryptonian, no. Try to join Cameo as Andrew Tate. That would be fraud. But, and I don't want, any more people not, understanding. Because he's also, a wanted man for many things. What was that number? I think it was a 3. I always forget to remember the number. Okay, I think it's like, yeah. 1,564 times. I've been told I look like Andrew Tate. Okay? Am I happy about that? Not the happiest. But it's fine. You know what I mean? It's fine. It doesn't matter. I need to find a good light angle for my lats. Because I got all this lat here, but I can't, and then, I can't show it. How do you? It said that my channel doesn't have eligibility. Well, then you might have to have someone review it. There might be another reason. I don't know, there might be age limits to when you can stream. I'm not sure. Yo, Andrew Tate's brother. I think I've seen you before, Small PP. Somewhere. Okay. But I've also heard that before. $1,565 times I've been called Andrew Tate. Yeah, I remember you too. Yeah, you better. God, look at already. It's like, I also ate right before stream. So you can see the edge of this ab here, but not into here. Interesting. That's how it goes. Yeah, gotta be in a surplus. Sorry, not sorry. Where's the... I can't... I'm gonna pull a muscle flexing. God, I'm so sore. Okay, what about a little more forward facing? Now I'm washed out. Boop, beep, boop. Flex Luthor. Hey, B. Baker. How are you? Flex Luthor. Love it. Oops, that's... I'm upside down. Let's do a little paren. Thank you. How's your weekend, Baker? Do you be bacon? Okay, well, since it's the weekend, I imagine Meg is not baking, right? Or are you dabbling on the side, Meg? What about me? Of course, Grayson. Of course I remember you. You announce yourself every time. Do an ankle sweep. Mr. Kyle, my buddy. How the heck are you? KP, I'm doing pretty good. Trying to figure out my optimal lighting. You know what I mean? Need to do some photo shoots, but you know. I'm also bulking, so I don't feel the most photo shoot ready. You know what I mean? Oh, that's a good angle. Anyway. What were we talking about? How's your weekend been, KP? What have you been up to? Grayson says WSP. What does that mean? I'm old. I need to know. B. Baker says great. Daily Troll says, hell yeah, middle is back. Middle G, that is. Right in the middle. Do a backflip, King. Man, if I could, I would. I've seen the guy that just does backflips in his, like near the back door of his place. I've seen it. I saw a gymnast do a standing backflip. That was fucking crazy. 1566. How about lights out for perfect lighting? Ooh. Damn, that's the real romantic setting. The you'll find out setting. Well, we've got okay, let's just see what that looks like. All right. Not the best. This is sort of a soup, you can't really tell. Party light's a little hard, but here all right, you can't really see though. And both. It means what's up. Thank you, Grayson. I appreciate that. More like bottom G. Bottom! Good weekend. Just finished watching UFC. Dude, 2 first names told us the news. My figurative money was on Holloway, but, I didn't even need. You're welcome. Thank you. Corey says, stick the light up your ass and let's see if we can see your ribs. Well, that's a very interesting suggestion. Shit! Okay. Controversial opinion. I hate Obi-Wan Kenobi's fucking stance. I hate this shit. I hate it. I don't know what it's for. I don't like it. It's not fucking cool, okay? I hate it. I'm a 4 and 5 man myself. Very aggressive. Bam. Bam. Okay, it's a lightsaber. You gotta be aggressive. I'm so proud of you doing everything I taught you. Thank you, Kay. I appreciate it. I touched the lightsaber 9 times. Green, my favorite color. Mine as well. KP says, I called it yesterday that Connor would hurt his leg. I must be psychic, even though I don't believe in psychics. Well, KP, it wouldn't matter because you would say he's going to hurt his leg. And they'd be like, oh, whatever. And then he does. And they go, well, that's a fluke. And then it doesn't really matter. So I keep hitting the button, which changes it. Which lightsaber color looks like me? Okay, it looks like my color. Okay, blue. All right. White. Little boy. I'm so white already. Any more, it's offensive. Yellow. The color of Revan's saber. This is what I usually have it set to. I'm not supposed to be awake right now. Well, Grayson, then why are you staying awake for this? You need your sleep. Grayson, listen. Sleep is the most powerful tool you have, okay? If you want to be strong, okay, if you want big muscles, if you want to grow tall, if you want a smart brain, you gotta sleep, okay? Corey says, I bet the end of that lightsaber is sticky and smells like poop. Well, why don't you find out? Why don't you tell me? I didn't know your schlong changes colors. I wish mine did. Well, I had to get it installed. The problem is it makes the sound every time. Right? It also does that. Because I love watching your stream. That's very sweet of you, Grayson. But I want you to have all of your powers. Okay? All of your big muscles, okay? They grow when you're asleep. It's also when you have dreams. I don't know about you, but in my dreams, I usually can fly. I usually can also breathe underwater. What kind of dreams do we have, chat? Okay, I've had some wacky dreams. Most of them have some kind of superpower element to them. I got into lucid dreaming when I was in high school. I did that for like, I don't know, like a year and a half. I got to the point, but I just kept doing it, and it was like, I just kept doing the same things over and over in my dreams, right? Once you get control. But then you have to keep interrupting your sleep to keep it working, right? Part of it is like you interrupt your sleep cycle. So it's not great for your rest long term to do it. So I lift 165. Wow. What lift? I bet Grayson gets beat up. Don't say that, Corey. Be nice to Grayson. No, I do not. Exactly. Okay. Grayson is a Jedi. Okay, powerful in the Force. KP says, I dream I can't breathe. Then I wake up and my wife is trying to smother me with a pillow. Interesting. Sounds like she's dreaming of something else. You're a funny guy, KP. Very funny. See, I don't understand why we do all these big, sweepy things, right? But you don't just do this, right? Like this. Why wouldn't you just do this with your lightsaber? I can't because the blade weighs too much. Why would you not just? I'm ready to join the dark side. Good. Good. I can't wait till GTA 6 comes out. Hopefully it's a good one. I mean, it's Rockstar, so they shouldn't disappoint. I'm on PC though, so I'll have to wait. So you'll have to tell me what it's like, Grayson. Oh, oh my God. Grayson should not hear this joke, but it's in chat already, so it's too late. KP says, what's the difference between pumpkin pie and pussy? Well, you can't eat the crust on pumpkin pie. Oh, you can eat the crust. Okay. Oh, man. That's too good. Oh. You got a lot of good jokes, KP. See, can we see through my hand at all? Right, now Corey told me that I need to... It's fine. Is it fine, Grayson? Is it fine? Are you joining the dark side by staying up late past your bedtime? You know how I feel about bedtime. Sleep. See, if I could use the Force to make you sleep, I would. Okay, but I appreciate that you're here. Yeah. Okay, well. The dark side is within you, you know. What are you gonna do? This is not dark side music. This is definitely not. Oh. Oh shit. I could never give up says, tuck me in. Aw. Is it bedtime? You're ahead of me. I bet if you stick it up your ass, your eyes will glow red. Well. Oh, look, you can see through my ears. How are you trained to block a head kick? It depends on what school of thought you're talking about. But don't let the lightsaber touch your skin. I'm in Southern California. It's 9:50. Okay. Well, good for you for going to bed on time. Is that a lightsaber? Yes, it is. You look like a Chippendales dancer. I do, don't I? Well, I'm way hairier and not tan enough, but and you know I'm bulking right now. But maybe I could be, you know, maybe I should be. Honestly, probably pays better than my actual job. Nah, I'm up till midnight. Oh. Take that lightsaber to a Kabuto class? I don't know. I don't know how disrespectful I feel like being. Do you know Cedar Point? No, I don't. Tom Bombadil. Is your bum always... that's an interesting... I'm not going to read it because Grayson's here. And ready for some eggplants? I don't know. With the way you're talking about it, I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if I could be. Corey, you say such vile things. It really bothers me seeing fighters block a high kick or roundhouse with their hand against their head. Oh, that's not blocking much because the impact transfers through. Yeah, Boss Rutan talks about this a lot. All right, let's get serious. for a little moment. I know the music is very sexy, but yeah, so in karate, at the point fighting places I have trained at, you block with a hand, right? Because no one's throwing with impact, right? So you can brush away. The problem is I broke this knuckle, okay, in the middle, doing that to a low kick to a student that was not throwing it with any kind of power, right? So that's why you don't do that, right? But the way I would block is the Dutch guard, right? And with gloves, right? It's here, so I catch it here and try and let it ride up here. Maybe do one of these depending on how much they committed. But well, here's the other thing: is that okay? Relax with the music for a moment. I said relax with it. Here's the other thing: is at least where I trained, most people were not throwing head kicks. Like, they just did not have the flexibility to throw them all the time. And coming from the dance background and stuff, I would throw them with, no telegraph because I can, do this kind of stuff. So I was the one throwing head kicks more than other people. So, we never really threw hard to the head with kicking in all the kickboxing I did. We would punch the shit out of each other sometimes, but head kicks were generally, it's like you always pull them, so I've never really practically been forced to block a full, and see, I'm doing this with my hands, but yeah, that force transfers directly. And yeah, some people say, well, but you knock yourself, and it's like, yeah, but that's still not one-to-one, right? Could you take Darth Vader? How much prep time do I have? AKA no. Vader would clown on me. I would try and become his apprentice, if anything. I wouldn't try and fight him. Notorious says, I'm bricked ×2. Double bricked? Cerebral Arrow, hello. Welcome to stream. Duff Nug says, did you play D&D? I have. I'm actually prepping for a Pathfinder game right now, but Pathfinder's so much harder. I've never done it before, so I'm having to try and figure out the rules of combat and how to actually survive. So Cerebral says, well, hello there. I Can Never Give Up says, no, let's get physical. Physical P? Catch the kick. Darth Johnny Sins. Exactly. He uses the Force in a different way. Rodri says, Andrew Fade. I Can Never Give Up says, Kyle's the best fighter ever. That's not true. I appreciate that you love me, but, just because you keep saying that someone's going to challenge it, and then I'm going to get beaten up, and you're not going to want to see that. Andrew Fade. Kyle, I don't know you, what your point is, but I don't know, man. The point to me, to my existence, I don't know either. Maybe I'm just here to entertain you. Maybe I'm here to wake you up from the Matrix. Okay? I'm a generous Fey god. You just have to ask the right question, and maybe I have the answer to unlock what you desire. Maybe not, but you must ask. Okay, let's see. So Andrew Fade, that is going to count as an Andrew Tate vote. 6, 7, huh, Grayson? Huh? Grayson says, "Are you streaming tomorrow?" I'm thinking about it. If I work out tomorrow, I will definitely. If not, we'll see. Usually training takes a decent amount of time, so we'll see. I hate that I don't have a schedule, but I'm the kind of person that's like, I kind of need to be spontaneous a bit, you know? I can never give up, says Kyle. Have you ever been knocked out? No. I've had my bell rung. I've gotten disoriented and had ringing in my ears literally and been like, oh, like, and I'm still there, but I'm just like, like, you know, my brain's like 5 frames behind or something. But I've not been knocked out, nor have I been choked out before. I always tap. Throat chop. Nice. Okay, throat chop. The thing you want to, everyone focuses on this, the fingers, because you make this shape. You want to strike with the very bottom portion of your hand here. And I'm not straightening my fingers using the tendons back here, right? I'm flexing that muscle to make it hard, right? See, I'm squeezing the muscle so hard that these fingers, I'm not doing this with my fingers. I'm squeezing this and it's pulling my fingers down, okay? So you want to go here and you want to, like, it's like a baseball bat, right? It's swing it like this. So lead with the elbow, bam, and really snap that sucker at the end. Palm. Here, I'm using my back muscles, okay, at the end, bam, to slam that sucker in there, okay? So that's what I would recommend. Kyle, I want to come and live with you. What would we do? I could never give up. What would we do? Oh my gosh, it's Lex Luthor. You're right, phone account. It is. Some say Flex Luthor. All right, let's see what we got here. Flex Luthor. 2. How are you, phone account? How's your Saturday night been? Corey says, would you fight 5 midgets at the same time? Well, you know, it really depends. I mean, is this a consensual fight? Are they attacking me? You know, is there prize money involved? The context matters. Kyle, could you take Iceman Chuck Liddell? I mean, no, even with the brain damage he's got now, I still couldn't take him. Maybe in like 10, 15 years when he really breaks down. I can never give up says, unzip your pants. Well, I can't because there are no zippers on these pants. Okay? It's linen. There's no zipper, there's no anything. There's no access. What does 6'7" mean? I don't think it means anything, and I think that's the joke. Everybody encourage him to work out tomorrow so he can live stream. I mean, I'll probably see. It really depends on how hard I dance tonight, which is probably not going to be that hard. I'm sore as hell. So, but I'm also very sore. So I want to make sure I give myself the rest and sleep that I need. You know. Spontaneous and proud. Exactly, Miss Mag. You get me. You get me. Duff Nug says, definitely snap it. Snap it off. If you can. Megaroni says, I'd throat chop someone with the meaty part of my hand. One problem? No problem, I think you mean. Good. Well, and you got those like bakers, right? I'm very curious about your grip strength. Okay? If you're doing kneading, I need to know what your grip strength is. I could never give up, says Kyle. I want you to tuck your thing, wear a dress, then become my wife. But the love of my life wouldn't want me to hide anything away, right? I want me to tuck. I want me to untuck. Right? Am I reading that wrong? Okay. Corey says, every time I've gotten into a fight, I ended it with a Glasgow kiss before it even started. Bro, that's not so much a fight as you just mutilated a person. That's a semantics battle. I don't know that I can help you fight. This chat here needs romance. Timothy says, man, I would fuck 5 midgets up. Without question, just not know why, just sure. Phone account says, my Saturday night's been good, but I was the first to say that, so it kind of dampens it a little. It's okay, phone account. It's all right. And that's the thing. There are so many others that you haven't seen or heard. That's the fun one for me. My homegirl could put cornrows in your shoulder hair. I don't have enough. I respect cornrows too much to get shitty ones. There's enough white dudes getting shitty cornrows as it is. I can never give up says, I want easy access, Kyle. Consider that next time. I was like, do they have pseudo skirts that just like kind of like you unfold them and then you know, but it's like, I don't know. Bro, what's up, Jam? Do you party? I'm asking out of formality. I know you party. Welcome to the party. Grayson says, okay. 5 wee mans versus you, Kyle, for 100 grand. Who wins? I don't know what that is. But for 100, well, for 5, because if it's 5 absolute monsters, then Tien Shinhan. Ooh, Tien, interesting. Dude, you are hilarious. Thank you. Meg, did you watch any of the UFC fights tonight? I didn't. 2 first names told us about the headliner. And KP called it, was like specifically Dallas Joey says Tiny Tate. I am technically smaller than him. Duff Nug says exactly. They got to accept the full bush. LB Watson says, you're going to end up owing that stool child support if you hump it again. Oh, that wasn't humping. Oh, that was nothing. That was wagging my tail, okay? Andrew Fate. If I'm Andrew Tate's fate, good for him. What a glow up. Oh, don't retract it. Okay. Yes, hi party people. Champ says hi. Okay. Okay, no more 6'7". Fernando da Pessoa doesn't party. That's unfortunate. What is fortunate is that you made it to... You made it to stream. Hard to please, guy. It's good to see you. I was wearing a shirt at some point today, and there was evidence of that in the live stream. I know, it's me, so... Fernando da Pessoa. Yeah, right here. Let's do it. One line. Okay. We know in our hearts that the A is there, okay? Thank you. It's good to see you. How's your weekend been? Hard to please guy? Kyle, just wear a kilt for me, like Roddy Piper. Is that a name of a is that a name of I actually have a kilt. I can never give up, says Wee Man from Jackass. For $100,000, yeah, I would. Totally. Yeah. And like what was it, Timothy, I think? I would kick the shit out of everybody. What up, Albino Tupac? Okay. Okay, first name, last name. Okay. How are you? It's good to see you. The fight against Andrew Tate would bring you some dough. Yeah, and I would teach him a lesson. Because here's the thing. I know who he is in his heart. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try and, like, hurt him. You know? Like, in the ring, okay? He only goes for single shots. I'm gonna try and, like, work the body really hard. You know, like he's been asking for a man to work his body as hard as they could. And I just want to show him what that actually looks like. That's a good one, first name. Okay, Albino Tupac. All right. Albino Tupac is kind of funny. It is. Okay, all right, I need to stand up. Here we go. Out of the corner of my eye, the party light that's behind this looked like smoke, and I was like, oh shit. No, but I know Tupac. I mean, Tupac's a good looking guy. You know? I'll take it. Rest in peace. Yo, Peacemaker. My favorite black belt. My favorite Peacemaker. Hope your wrist is okay. Thank you, Meg. It's not, but it's permanent is the, like, worst part. And, like, okay, oh. So, like, you can see the tendon of my finger, right? This one, Meg, I love you. You know I'm not flipping you the bird. Okay, you see that one is straight. This one bends over the bone spur here. So my tendon's sliding over this thing constantly. So I don't know what I do about that. I mean, everything I can see is like you either live with it or you get it surgically removed. And, you know, so we'll see how it goes, but hitting the heavy bag is a done deal for me. LB says, Daughtry, why don't you see the similarity that you share with that big piece of man candy? Dude, I'm looking at you like you're white Tupac now. Well, I won't dress like him out of respect. Oops. Oh, fuck, I just blinded myself. Too bright. Okay, hold on. All right, I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna do my homework now. Daughtry. Man, I do, don't I? I really do. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. You know what? You know what? I'm sorry for doubting you. Okay. That's on me. And I'm usually pretty good at being open-minded and accepting it all, but I didn't want to accept it. You're I wish he has a very strong jaw, but you know, I see it. All right, so here's what we're gonna do, LB. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put Daughtry. Wait, I'm gonna double check and make sure I haven't done this before. Because I keep a full tally of everything. Yeah, okay, I counted it once before. Okay, so we have put it on the board. Okay. I thought I had denied you. But I'll give you one tonight, too. If I had a nickel for every time I said that, huh? Okay, Daughtry. Daughtry. Andrew Tate and his brother would spit roast you like a pig. I know, that's the point I've been trying to make, is they would love to do that. Okay, and they probably are spit roasting dudes. Tell them I said it. You're so cool, Kyle. Are we friends now? I think we're friends. I can never give up. Never under pressure, says my king, my liege. It's good to see you, Neva. How has your weekend been? What have you been up to? You staying cool? How big is it? Depends. Okay? Depends on a lot of things. Budget Tate. Thank you, Urban. That's funny. Most people say Timu Tate. Kyle, how big is it? Legally, I'm under an NDA. Okay? Actually, that's not true. I can tell you. Well, the honest truth is I don't measure because I don't really give a shit. You know? It's enough. It's big. It's big enough. Okay, Budget Tate. Okay. Steadily climbing. I want to be more than friends, Kyle. I know I can never give up. I know. Kyle, could you ever love me for me? I mean, I don't know you that well, but it's always possible. But you got to remember, you know, you only see part of me. Okay, you don't see all of the ugly parts that I don't stream. Megaroni says, whoa, I see that. Seems painful. It's just simply uncomfortable. Under Pressure says, Kyle, big mushroom head? Look, I speak to the fungal network, okay? Mega mind. Daughtry is funny too, it is. Lex Loser. Okay. I'm tired of my typos here. Oh, I'm sorry, Meg. I'm sorry. LMAO, Lex Luthor. I like Flex Luthor. Lori says, wow, sexy king. I could never give up, says Kyle, dance on a pole for me in a seductive, provocative manner. I don't have a pole that I can, like, that'll support my weight. You know what I mean? Otherwise, I probably would. That's another great idea for the Patreon, I think. Pole dancing. I'd have to get a pole. I'm a pretty good pole dancer. Little King. That's right. If Andrew and his brother spit roasted you, you have to change your name to Two Cocks. All right, respect. That was a good one. Albino Two Cocks. Well, they do call me Long Double Dong Silver. Corey says he can't tell you because he has an innie. Exactly. Every time I try and measure the ruler, it gets sucked up in there, and so I just can't. Like I literally can't. I could never give up. Says, what unattractive parts you mean? Enlighten me. I can't reveal all of my unattractive parts on live stream. That's not the TV show. Kyle, you just earned my sub and like. Thank you, Under Pressure. I appreciate that. Captain Cobra. Copy. LOL, please get a poll. I would, but I don't own this, so it's like installing one would be rough. And I would want to install one that can like take my weight, you know what I mean? Not the ones where you get your legs off the floor and then it immediately rips everything out of the goddamn structure. But it would be a lot of fun too. God. I think I've told this story before, Meg, when you've been here, but one of my buddies was getting married, and for the bachelor party, we got a party bus. And they had a pole in the back of the party bus. Well, I got on the pole, and I was doing the upside down splits, like getting real close on people, and they were not interested, you know what I mean? Which made it very funny. It was a different time, So I'm well versed, and some bars, they'll have poles for people to jump onto. A lot of times they're like kind of slick and like in not a good way, you know what I mean? But it's fun. And I'm a dancer, Kyle, do you beat off? Come on, please. Stick your butthole up against the camera lens for I Can Never Give Up. That definitely sounds like at least a Patreon thing. Almost, Tate. Nice. Almost. But before I sold my soul, I decided to keep it. I thought the beat was going to drop again. Fuck. Please do it for me now. I don't know. The lightsaber is probably the closest I could get. But I can't, if I undulate too hard right now, I'm not going to be able to work out tomorrow. That's the thing. I already did some of my back reps, you know what I mean? So maybe we can work something out where I give you I'm definitely going to put some kind of option up on the Patreon for like requests, right? There'll have to be a few limitations for the platforms, but then it could be to custom angles. Okay, I miss the good old days. when essaying people was hilarious. Okay, these were my friends, and it was all, they all knew me to do this, so it was not just like dancing on strangers, or it's not quite like that. Meg says, yeah, damaging a rental isn't ideal. Got to get that deposit back. Yeah, well, maybe. But I'm sure that party was hilarious with you there. It was fun. You know, the party bus was the first. It was before we even started drinking. So, you know, it it was just like it was a very strange atmosphere. And you can't drink on the party bus because it's a moving vehicle. I could never give up. Says thanks, Corey. Talk G's substitute teacher. Kyle, are you 38 yet? You've been trying to get my exact age. Why? What happens at 38? I'm too I don't even what gesticulative to trust myself not to bend my wrist. What time is it where you live? It's 10:23. I'm in the Pacific time zone. Kyle, pour your blackberry beverage all over yourself, please. I already drank it all. Is there anything in there? How was that? It went down my ravine between the two pecs. Kyle, you're 40. Kyle is in Vegas or Arizona. You think? You gonna get me a spot on the strip? Power Bolton G, exactly. I'm capable of accepting so much power. Okay, I can't show that, Corey. No, I don't think I know. Kyle, I've been following you to make sure you get home safe every night. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Have you been fighting off bad guys? Keeping me safe? It's very noble of you. You know, I'm into the idea of a Batman. Of sorts. I mean, unfortunately, Batman's married to the job. So, you know, when's he gonna have time for me? LMAO. Oh, chat. Gotta get the shoulder meat in there, you know? It'll come. That's the thing is, I'm so happy that I'm coasting on the previous. I've bulked up so hard multiple times in the past that this is just a breeze, you know? Like, I just eat a little bit more. Like, all I essentially have done is like add more protein and add in carbs where I was having zero carbs. Like, some of my meals were like ground beef and vegetables with, you know, and that's technically a carb, but not really. So, and it's easy. Kyle, I want to protect your body. Protect your body. Kyle, could you take Jackie Chan? He's like 70 now. Yeah, so I think technically I could. Also, he's been very injured many times in his life. That's honestly probably a bigger factor more than the age. Like, if he had never been injured, I'd be worried. But his body's been torn apart, so. How much weight have you gained? I've gained about 4.5 pounds in maybe 2 weeks. So, I mean, it's not like I'm going over, right? But what I'm curious to see is where I'm gonna level out with like, because I'm not tracking, and I don't want to track. I've tracked too many times, right? So I just want to feel it out, and I've just been kind of eating, prioritizing protein. So I don't know where I'm gonna level out. Like I definitely won't get up to 200 for sure. I just can't do the work. But I'm at about like 150 now. So, and I was like at 145, like soaking wet. LB says, I ruptured my bicep 2 years ago. Ooh. And they reattached it a few days later. I healed up really quick on a diet of pineapples, high protein Greek yogurt, and basil seeds. You should try. Interesting. The Greek yogurt thing, I've been eating skyr. It's like Icelandic. They just like they cut a lot of the fat out, so it's like almost only protein. Crazy. It's like key lime pie, but it's like 15 fucking grams for sir. It's crazy. Anyway, you clearly know. But well, I'm glad everything got resolved. Ugh, that trips me out. Um, so, and I know sometimes you can go without the surgery, but um, it's crazy. Meg says, screw tracking. Just eat and enjoy your food. Exactly. I'm eating more mochi. Are you stopping yourself from overeating or do you not care when full? Well, I get really physically unwell. I have to like, if I eat to bulk, a lot of times I have to like lay down or something. And I have other, like, I have acid reflux. That's like one of my many flaws. So that kind of, I can't overeat. So I kind of have to like just keep myself moving, eating. Like if I wait until I'm hungry, I'll never be able to get it in. So I have to kind of wait until I'm like, okay, I know I'm empty, right? I'm not desiring to eat a ton right now, but I don't have anything in the tank. So, and that's a good time for me to start like making the food. By the time I get everything prepped and everything, then I'm about to be hungry. So that's how I do my bulking. Um, Kyle Loki has a beautiful voice. Thank you. And I haven't even been able to really sing for you guys again because I can't I can't make up lyrics to the song and make the song up well and sing it well at the same it's too many things, right? So maybe I'll get there. The love handle legend. Yeah. Yeah. My love handles. I got to put a little bit of the excess on. Interesting, LB. Captain Thirst. Elements says, you have no flaws, Kyle. Positive self talk. Thank you. You're right. I have no flaws. Self love. Remember the thing where you turn your back and you go, I think you're flawless. Thank you, Juggle. I appreciate that. Research basil and Gaia seeds. Pineapple is virtually the only food on earth that contains bromine. It would heal you quickly. Interesting. Like, it's so interesting because, like, it's only in the modern age where that's available, A, whenever you want, and B, wherever, right? To think that, like, there was only a very narrow subsection of people that had access to that kind of stuff, or things like aloe, or, it's wild to me. Kyle, you're perfect in every way to me. Oh, thank you. Mwah. You're very sweet. Corey says, the Romans would feast for days. When they got full, they would vomit and keep feasting. Well, I think that's a little bit wasteful. So I can't recommend that. I would just recommend having feast for longer. You know what I mean? Have a feast every day, but when you're full, relax. Salty says, hey, sexy. Hi, Salty. The budget bodybuilder. Exactly. You know, I just eat protein, eat food, work out hard. It's already happening. That's the thing. I have an eye for my. I've been studying my own body for decades, and I can feel it's happening. I can see it's happening. So, but it takes time, right? So, like, give me a little bit of time. We'll get the meat hooks really slanging. Elements says your only flaw is not being inside me, obviously. But how are we going to get anything done, right? At a certain point, you got to go to the bank, you know, and usually they don't appreciate like two people side by. Well, you know, I don't know actually. Guess we'll have to find out, huh? I can never give up says LB. I might just do that. It's interesting. I'll definitely look into it. Element says, P.S. I'm the girl you went axe throwing with. Please come back. Really? Wow. Interesting. Come back. To where? Okay. Oh, little 100s. I like that. Sometimes I don't pay attention to the things. What? Oh, were you not there, Timothy? I told a story about a date I was on. Kyle, serious question. Have you ever thought about ending it all? That's a heavy topic. And I don't know how, there's like children in the chat, so might be a little bit much for tonight. But what I would say in response to that, I can never give up, is never give up. Because if someone believes they're ready for everything to end, then they're at the point where they can literally choose any kind of life that they want to live, right? It's like, if you want everything to end. No, you want your current situation to end, right? If you won the lottery and had your dream life, you would not want that to end, right? So it's, oftentimes it's a case of like identifying what it actually is what you want, which is often just you want a better life, which you should go for. If you don't like the life you have, you should be working towards the life that you want. It's your life. LB says it really is amazing. In regards to the bromine and pineapple, the core contains the most. You can juice that part. I healed up in 3 months. Damn. At 6 months, I could do as many push-ups and pull-ups as before the injury. Damn, LB, that's cool. No, I know about the axe date. My overly talented friend, I used to have the same problem. It's hard being the best, Timothy. They don't get us. I can never give up says, Kyle, I love you. Finish your journey till the end. Oh, I will. And there are many twists and turns yet to come. The fun size freak. Ooh, I like that. You know what else I like is the shot of the lats underneath here. Dr. Wang LLC. Hey, Kyle, what's cracking? My back, Dr. Wang, okay? Because I'm getting ready to party. All right, we danced around a little bit. The music stopped. I think I stopped to talk about something. Oh, Jeremy Black, that's one of one of my favorite musician composers on the YouTube audio library. Timothy says, I wouldn't do anything my family or girlfriends did because I always showed everyone up and killed the fun of it. And yeah, it sucks because it's like, You know, you can't just have fun and be yourself. And then everyone takes it like personally, you know, they get upset and it's like, I'm sorry that I just happened to like bowl better. You know what I mean? Like, who cares? But they think you don't care because you always win, right? maybe that is why. It is a heavy burden we bear, Timothy. I'm glad I'm not the only one, you know. It's like, for all the charisma I got, it's tough when you kill that vibe. Megaroni says, I gained 10 pounds in a 4-month span when I stopped running doing cardio. Not a good feeling. Well, and 10 pounds is like, it doesn't sound like a whole lot maybe to some people, but, and it's, you know, if you're like 10 pounds overweight, it's not like anything for me to judge or what, obviously, but it's like the feeling on your joints is noticeable, right? And Meg understands this because, I mean, some of us are athletes in the chat, right? So when you know your body really well, you can tell these small differences in terms of like how springy you feel, or like, you know, even now, I'm like 5 pounds up, but I'm also holding water too because I've put a little creatine into the protein shakes, okay? A little performance enhancing creatine. I can already feel like, it's like, okay, well, I know I'm not doing any jumping or anything like that because of my back, but I can tell already that I have less like lightness of step, and you know, so it's just, it is weird. Um, but here's the thing, Meg, for a lot of people, that's not that unusual. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people gain weight, I mean, faster than that for periods of time. So I think they're just not clued into their body as much. And if it all kind of feels bad, you know, it's like, well, why did you ghost me? What do you mean, Elements? Why did I ghost you? I respond to you every single time we speak. I can never give up, says Kyle. Do you want kids? At this point, no. You know, I thought I wanted them for a long time. But I'm getting older, and I'm just at the point now where it's like, kids would mean 18 plus at this point, because no one's like just ready to go the moment you get out of school or whatever. Of your life is about that raising that person, right? And I don't have the resources, nor do I have honestly the desire to go through all of that. And then because I'm still like, I don't make a lot of money, you know, like I have to work very hard, I have to work long hours, and it supports me. And that's what I can handle. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's not a practical thing. And at this point, I want to have the freedom to, you know, make the moves I need to in life or want to, without having to, you know, have those variables that, you know, kind of they are the primary things that steer your life for that time. Eat pineapple the day before you think you might get a beige. Well, you know, maybe just eat clean in general. LB says fun size. The fun size freak XL. How has your life changed since CERN shut down? Well, you know, the phantoms no longer scream and circle over my bed at night, but I honestly, I got used to it, and now that it's gone, I wish it was back. You know what I mean? So it's gonna take them like 4 years to turn it back on. Bald, my eyes. Smoke Elijah. I'm sorry for blinding you. This is the lowest setting of the softer light, okay? What, Corey? Corey, the nature of your post history. um, makes me question the validity or the truth of this. But Corey is asserting Charlie Sheen says he used to do so many substances he would stick ice cubes up his ass to stay awake while on set. Okay. Wouldn't okay, and this is just the first of many considerations. Wouldn't his ass get really wet? He's on camera. You know what I mean? Like, is that not a thing? He just has a wet fucking ass? I don't know. Cap, maybe? I want to believe. I could never give up, says Kyle. I want to see you on steroids. As interesting as that freak creature would be, it's not worth the long-term risks, or the short-term even, like, because I'd still have to eat enough to blow up. I'm curious because it's the only way I would get huge traps, right? I can get thick traps, but they never get like enormous, the one plate legends. Element says you'd be a good dad though, brother. Well, that's probably true. Having a very balanced sense of my masculine and more feminine sides. But there are other ways in which I would not be the greatest dad. A lot of like I have a lot of patience for some things and then none for others. And one thing is like I'm very good at like reasoning with people or giving people examples of like ways they can do things. I'm not good at straight up motivational stuff because I'm very inwardly driven. You know what I mean? Like I'm driven by my own desires and I don't really understand honestly what it's like to I've had periods of like low or no motivation to do things, but it's mostly been because I can't. Like I got injured and I was walking with a cane and I couldn't do karate, so I was depressed, it was that was why. But it's like I want to go to the gym every single day. I would work out for 12 hours a day if my body could handle it and if it would do anything for me. It won't, and I've already learned that. But so it's hard for me to like sometimes empathize with a place of like having zero motivation, right? And I've gotten myself out of like bad places before, but I also have always had a want, right? I have something I've been seeking, right? Some sort of end goal, right? And that's always been a generic goal, right? It's not like I will win a gold medal in a karate tournament. It is I will be the best fucking karate man that I can be. And that sustains me for a long time. So there are things, and it's kind of like having the lean genetics. There are some things that I got a shortcut on, and I can't feel that is a normal experience for other people, So, a lot of my fitness advice I try and give with a grain of salt of like, look, I've had days where I don't want to go to the gym, but I'm obsessive. That's the reason I hurt myself so many times is because I was so obsessed. So, in terms of like raising a child, it's like if they don't have a lot of internal drive, I don't know that I could train them in the correct way or raise them to have the kind of drive that I would want them to have to be successful. You know what I mean? It's like when I was a dancer, I was I had multiple ways I tried to choreograph. One way, which is the best way, is to have the dancers generate the movement material themselves based off of a directive that you give them, right? So instead of saying you're gonna have one hand up here and one hand in port de bras here and you're gonna do a spin, you give them a problem to solve or an idea to play with and they kind of move around because they do things that are natural to them, right? People don't have my body. So when I make movement, it doesn't translate over to other people the same way. It looks awkward and weird and they can't do it the same way because I just like, there was this thing I would do in choreography class where I would lizard walk, where it's just like as low to the ground, you're just holding yourself off of the ground barely. So you're in this position, but no one had the upper body strength to do it. I just came from a bodybuilding place before then. So I was just like unreasonably strong. So there's some lessons that I can't translate to another body, right? I can give people the same kind of principles and the same like ways I thought about things to get me to that place, but certain things are just going to work different. And I'm very different in that sense. And so I just don't know how to I don't know how to compensate for that if a kid is not already naturally going to have that as well. Megaroni, I do think I see a physical difference in your appearance. You mentioned retaining water plus the 4 pounds. You do look more full to me in a great way. Thank you. I've the carbs, I think also, I was going low carb before just because it feels good, you know? But now that I have more carbs, I think the muscle is like getting some shit in there. So just you wait, Meg. Just you wait. But I appreciate that you noticed. LB says, yeah, do roids, Kyle. Okay. Kyle swallows his kid. My kids. What do you do for work? I work in tech at a low sort of level. I work for, a very generic company, but, I don't make the dollars that you normally associate with them. Meg says, I believe the Charlie Sheen thing, by the way. Really? Interesting. See, I don't, Meg's never blown any smoke up my ass as far as I could tell. So, okay. Wet ass Charlie Sheen just leaving his ass juice all over the place. LB says, ice cubes up the ass is far more humane than a gerbil. Well, yes, I would like to leave space for the potential that a gerbil there might be one gerbil that's interested. Maybe, okay? That gerbil might exist. And I want to leave space for that gerbil. But other than that exception, I agree with you. Damn you, Richard Gere. Charlie Sheen said it in an interview I just watched. He said he smoked 4 pounds of crack in 2 weeks. What the fuck? What the fuck, dude? How is he alive? Salty says, dem milkers on this guy. Good work, bro. Thank you. I don't have strong, I don't have like a huge chest. I usually get heavier in this region, but that's the thing, is like when you've bulked up before, it happens like all of that potential is still in there. And it takes less time each time. So I've only been at it for a short amount of time, and I feel there's a feeling, okay? There's a certain feeling in the muscle tissue when you've stimulated it to the very correct, range, and you're eating enough, you're sleeping good, feeling, feeling the weight when you walk. So the pieces are there. Packers says mole rat. Well, Packers. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Here's the thing. I look like many, many things. Okay, Earthbender from Avatar. Albino Tupac. Albino Tucox, some would say. Okay. Mole rat. Not the first time we've gotten that on the channel, but it is the first time tonight. So let's put it up here. Naked, of course. I wouldn't have it any other way. Okay. This here. Oh, I can't do that. Where'd the music go? Are we out? We're out? Gotta be easy so I can work out tomorrow. Okay. Okay, gotta be easy. Gotta be easy. Okay, gotta be easy. All right, I gotta be easy. I gotta be easy. Okay. I could never give up says, I have ADHD and low motivation. Well, then that's something I don't know what kind of tools you would need for that kind of specific situation. I'm super focused, so, except on stream sometimes. LB says, have you ever calculated your life path number? No. You seem like an 11. What's an 11? Is it good? Urban Ape says his biggest muscle is his confidence. That's right. And I flex it regularly. Kyle, could you take Manny Pacquiao in an MMA match? No. No, dog. One of the greatest to ever do his art. Element says, I hear you, man. Honest answer. That's what you get on this channel. Take off your shorts. I can't. The man won't let me. I can never give up, says Kyle. Beating off is disgraceful and shameful. Well, I have just sort of, maybe I just live under a more Dionysian sort of model. The six-pack salesman. Ooh, I like that. Bro sells routers. Listen, I can get you a good deal, all right? I'm bad at sales. Good night, Kyle. Don't stay up too late. Thank you, Meg. I appreciate you stopping by and all the compliments. Okay, I'll give you a little shimmy shake for bedtime. Okay, if you're not busy, maybe you'll catch me during my workout. Okay? But I hope you enjoy yours. I can never give up says 4 pounds is nuts. One Punch Man. Corey says, you would ban me if I told you who I thought you looked like. I only ban for a couple reasons. I want to gel your chest hairs down and brush them. I don't, see, to me, that experience seems like not great. Gel in the hair? And then what? Colton says, what the hell I walk into? A weird party. ZCV says, take off the pants. I can't. What the hell I scroll into? Spread the legs. Well, I could do some stretching. LB says, there aren't any bad life path numbers. However, numbers 11, 22, and 33 are master numbers. Ooh, master. I like that. This is the type of confidence I wish I had 1/4 of. Well, okay, Zelene. Let me help you with this. Get your body waxed. No, Corey. So many people would hate it. Haaland says, jorking to Andrew Tate. Well, that's interesting. I don't know how you feel about sloppy seconds, but the thing about that is, you are number 1,570. Pretty cool. Bro is cooking. Keep going. One more rep to keep chasing those gains. Fun size freak. The update is downloading. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, I was going to tell you about confidence. I want to reenact the chest hair waxing scene from 40-Year-Old Virgin with you, Kyle. We're going to need more wax. You're going to need more people. You're going to need a team. Okay, here's one of the secrets to confidence, and there's many. And I've been considering making a video on this. Okay. Zelene, are you with me? Okay. Let's go. Not a tally for Andrew Tate. That's right. That's right. And I started it after it happened a bunch, so the number's actually higher. Okay, let me pause the music. And let me get some water, because I need to lock in here for this. Okay. Yes, tell me I'm listening. Confidence. Okay. Here's the thing, Zelene. You have witnessed people, or you know people that are unreasonably confident for no fucking reason, right? Like tiny, skinny dudes barking up the trees that they can't possibly climb, you know what I mean? People talking shit when they haven't accomplished anything, you know what I mean? Where do those people get the permission to be confident? Where are they getting the reason, the justification within to act that confident, right? So if they're allowed to do it, right, no one's stopping them, and you might not believe them, right, but some people do. So the thing you got to remember is give yourself double permission, okay? Because they are giving themselves permission for no reason. Some of them are suffering for that, but some of them are benefiting from that confidence, okay? So if they're allowed to do it, you're double allowed to do it because you are more capable or, buffer or whatever than a solid percentage of people that are doing it that do not have the credentials that you already have, which might not be very many, okay? So this dude's way better than Andrew Tate. That's not really it's not really saying much necessarily. But that's the thing, is some of confidence comes from faking it, right? It's like just believing in it first, and then by acting it out, you make it true, right? There are times where I don't feel super I'm pretty confident, right? But like I'm bulking and I've been known for the like deep ab cuts. So I'm noticing that too, and I'm like, it's less than ideal. It doesn't matter. It's great. You know what I mean? But part of it is just trusting that it'll be fine, right? You make an assertion, then what? You don't get smited. No one's like, bull fucking shit. But you know, like, especially nowadays, it's like you can just straight up lie in front of somebody's face. It doesn't matter. So again, everyone else has all this confidence. You got to use it too, right? They're all doing it. They don't deserve it, but I bet you do. Wax your armpits. Oh no. The secrets to confidence with people is just to imagine them taking the smelliest, stinkiest shit. That's not my way. Part of confidence also comes from doing it, right? So even if you aren't the best boxer in the world, if you just go to a boxing class once or twice a week for 6 months, you will be confident in your boxing, right? So the amount of confidence you need to like go farther than 95% of the population is actually much smaller than you might think it is, okay? So you just got to get yourself in the door, right? If you can start doing that by securing some small, easy wins, you, again, elevate yourself beyond the people that have never tried, that have never attempted, okay, that have no confidence, or they have so much confidence that they blew right past that and they crashed and burned. So, microdose confidence, right? And that's the thing, is you just got to let people call the bluff and keep doing that. And eventually it becomes natural, because you eventually learn, like, you can just say stuff, right? I could say I'm Sasquatch, right? It doesn't, you learn that also, like, it kind of doesn't matter what you say, you know? To a certain degree, especially nowadays, you can just say crazy shit and it doesn't really matter, you know? So honestly, the consequences for, you know, being overly confident, you know, asterisk, unless you get super, you know, aggressively violent or whatever. It's like the what are the consequences? Oh, that someone won't believe you? Okay, a person that wouldn't believe you anyway, or someone that is that close to not believing you, they were never going to. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And they don't know you, so it doesn't matter, right? You know what you're capable of. If you think you're hot shit, then act like it, okay? Keep training. The evolution is happening. I will grow my wings and take off. Celine says, LB says, at times you do display a Paul Giamatti-esque inflection. Really interesting. Huh. That's it. That's very interesting. Kyle, I want to be where you are. Oh, I know, baby. You're bald, Tony Robbins. Well, I feel like a lot of times Tony Robbins just says, like, just believe in yourself. I'll give practical advice on going places, you know, like okay. Sometimes you don't have to be the best to get into the best places. Okay? Here's a very short rendition of my experience as a dancer. Okay? I started dancing like salsa and Latin ballroom when I was 19, but I started training classically when I was like 20. So my technique is not the best. I'm a better dancer than anyone that doesn't dance. Okay? So in almost every single room I go into, I'm the best dancer. If I go into a room full of dancers, no, I'm not. It doesn't matter. Okay? You don't have to be the best. You just have to be good enough to get in the same room. And especially in dancing, men are rare. So I stumbled into something where I was extremely rare, and You know, the minimum floor for me getting to a professional level was lower, frankly, right? So a lot of my dancing is like picking people up, and it's not having the most flexible ballet splits or whatever. So, you know, you can get by in certain scenarios where on paper it might not seem like it'll work. But if you don't go for it because you think it has to be perfect or like you have to look like a ballerina, okay? I the director of the program when I applied for the dance major told me that I looked like a bull in a china shop in the ballet studio. She was like, I don't think, you know, are you I don't this doesn't seem like it's suited for you. And I was like, I don't give a shit. I'm doing it. Put me down for it. I'm going to be a ballerino. And I did. I didn't look like one. Okay, it didn't matter. So the point is, like, you would be shocked at the things that you can do if you just don't immediately tell yourself no, and you just accept that you don't have to be. I didn't care what that final outcome was, right? I wasn't attached to being the best. I just was passionate about it. I knew I wanted to do it, and no one was going to tell me not to do it. Okay, partially because, like, you know, I took out the student loans, you know what I mean? So, like, but it's just, I didn't think about I'm not enough. Because of course, when you're starting something out, you're at 0%. So that's when you should be the most gracious. That's when you're expected to make mistakes. You get free mistakes. So make them just try a bunch of shit, make a bunch of mistakes. I'm a beginner. Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing. Lean into that. You learn enough, and then you get past everything. So I'm just, you know, I'm rambling, but the point is, confidence, like most things, is less dramatic than it appears to be from the outside, right? Sometimes it's an act. Act like it. Try it. Try it out. And then when nothing bad happens, and when the entire crowd around you doesn't go, you're a fraud, you're a fraud, you're a fraud, you know, like that doesn't happen. You know what I mean? Like, no one, if you say your name is Susie, but it's not, no one knows that. You know what I mean? So anyway, you don't look like Paul Giamatti, but he's really witty. That's true, he is. Bro is 50% muscle, 50% confidence, 100% entertainment. Keep grinding, legend. Thank you, Urban. I appreciate that. Show me the way, Mr. K. Paul Giamatti, if he was bald and anorexic. Kyle, are you high school class of 06? You are really trying for the age. Why? Why? I'm old enough, okay? The arthritis in my spine is older than any of me needs to be. Kyle's future self is watching and taking notes. Interesting. Because that Kyle fucked up? Go for it, Rocky Balboa. Eye of the Tiger. Okay. Even the Dallas Cowboys have some dudes. Some cheerleader dudes. Yeah, of course. I'm back. Grayson, you gotta go to bed, dog. Cool. Corey, have you ever banged any hot ballerinas or just ballerinos? Brother, listen. Most ballerinas and ballerinos are hot. You know? Just saying. Dance has been good to me, is what I'll say to you, Corey. It's been very good to me. there were people in dance school that were very gesture heavy, so they would just do like gestures, kind of looked and felt like gun kata from Equilibrium. Um, not my bag anyway. Can you please give me some tips on how to grow my hair? Yeah, you got to make sure you're eating enough and sleeping enough. I don't do any kind of bald sort of treatment, but a lot of this is going to be determined by your hormone levels and your other genetics. So all you can really do is make sure you have enough food, enough fats. If the body doesn't detect enough fat, a lot of times the hair will grow because it's a danger sort of response. You see this with like some eating disorders sometimes. So that is not the way to do it, right? You just want to maximize what you have. Maybe take your vitamins, multivitamin, make sure you're not deficient in anything. The confidence is max level. Now we grind the stats. Exactly. I've got a bunch of like skill perks unlocked, but I've lost some of the base attributes I need to like actually execute them. LB says, most men that do ballet just want their package to bulge out in people's faces. That has not been my experience. In fact, if anything, I do not want my bulge in everyone's faces because I want them to be looking at my dancing, not the bulge. And unfortunately, it's just the dance belt that does that, right? It's part of it is because when you're doing scissors with your legs and you like crunch yourself, you can't lose your composure and start vomiting on stage. You know what I mean? So like part of it is like to get it out of the way. So it has to be kind of up front and center. It's not about want, okay? Kind of want to see you with an afro. Oh, I don't know if I have that wig. The guy your wife said don't worry about says beer has all the vitamins I need. Interesting. Let's see that profile picture. It's hard to tell. Are you wearing a crown? The guy your wife said don't worry about? I can never give up says, Kyle, can anti-aging vitamin supplements make you look more attractive and younger? I don't know. There's a lot of that is like, a lot of the supplement industry is horseshit, right? It's meant to sell you stuff that doesn't have a strong effect. I'm not a doctor, blah, 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 but I believe the only supplements that really heavily affect hair and nails would be something like omegas, right? Like your good fats. Biotin is one that's commonly associated with hair growth, follicle stuff. Maybe like, I don't know, some other vitamins like that I'm not aware of. Whatever pregnant women take, maybe. Zordon the Power Rangers needs you. Coca Bell, did you know that the Green Power Ranger was my karate sensei? For real. I was trained by who would eventually become the White Ranger. Okay, he taught me many things. One of them was the Chucks, okay? It was like back, 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 back. Here, back, 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 back. 1, 2. You do that same thing. You can also go behind the back, okay? Horse. Grim. Kano. Go, go, Power Rangers! Ryan says, can I get in? What about your knees? I could never give up says, rip JDF. Yes, rest in peace, Sensei. I'm sure he's wearing the helmet. Rest in peace. Was he really Tommy Muay Thai? See, back in those days, he wasn't as into the MMA. That was before his MMA kind of stuff. Um, at Rising Sun, the dojo, it was just karate, but the karate had a blend of techniques from all sorts of different things. It was his own sort of thing. So, what years was he your sensei, Kyle? Oh man, it was late 90s, I think. Yeah, you're not bad. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Avoid rough pillow friction if your hair gets frizzy or breaks easily. Mine does. Interesting. That's got to be why I have a number of hairs that break, and it's very annoying because they'll break like right at the skin, you know. So that was the problem with my hair when it got long. It started breaking really bad. I'm gassy because I need to eat. It started to break after it broke the chin line. That's when should have been the first sign that I was going to lose my hair. Could you take Steven Seagal? Yes. LB says, in the movie Top Secret, rest in peace, Val, rest in peace. The ballet dancers stood on the male dancers' packages. Was that predictive programming? Damn, LB. That was a huge fucking W on that one. Predictive. Nice. Luckily, I never had to do that kind of training. In the Power Ranger dojo, they had the kids walk on each other's stomachs for like core training, but that's good. Yeah, good one, Corey. Could you take Seagal today? Yes, totally. Level Up Dojo says, do you think walking and getting fresh air is a good daily activity? Yeah, absolutely. Actually, it's recommended that you walk for about 10 minutes after major meals. It really helps digestion, and it's just good for your system, right? Like the body is made to move, right? If you don't move in your hospital bed, you get sores because you're not meant to stay still. You're meant to move, and like everything's in, out, contract, extend, contract. You have to keep using the body, right? So the more, like, that was the first, I'm gonna turn the music off. The first step for me ditching the cane, because I was walking with a cane for like a year and a half because of my back. The first thing I did, minus like getting the strength to like stand and actually walk, was take short walks outside. Because not only the fresh air, it gives you like a perspective shift, right? Like sometimes we get so stuck in our world of like, you're at work or you're in your virtual world, and you forget to like look out at the sky and see like, oh, actually there's like a whole huge ass world out here. It's a good reminder. It's good for the senses, but the motion is super important. And the longer you maintain that motion, the less you run into the problems you see as you age, where it's like people become brittle because they don't move enough, right? They sit all day, their bones become brittle, and then they injure themselves. They break a hip. It's because they don't move. So I would move as several times a day minimum. Muay Thai, Hungar, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu are best. Hungar is an interesting addition in that I've done Muay Thai and BJJ, but I have not done Hungar. Can you punch yourself in the face? do you look strong? I don't know. Bone on bone. I'm probably going to cut myself. And, you know, a lot of people tell me I look cute. So I want to keep the moneymaker pretty fresh. I can never give up. Kyle, in 1999, you were 12, so that makes you late 30s today. Oh, yeah. Was I 12 in 1999? I don't know. Glow uploading. Hair update. I have hair. It's just, I have this fucking Vegeta hairline, except it's like weak here, and then there's a spot here. And I like the feeling of the shaved head. Like, you know, well, this side is my bad side. It feels nice. Kyle, could you beat Michael Jai White? No. No, he would easily beat me. Corey says, do some iron crotch kung fu and punch yourself in the nuts. No. Corey, you've been here before. Hair looks better on women. Interesting. Maybe I've told you this before, but one of the ways we had to defend a groin kick using just our legs in our stance, right? So it's during this kata where you internally rotate your hips and feet and knees and everything. So instead of your knees being straight on, okay, you're more like this, right? So that your legs create a little catch for someone's leg as they try and kick you straight up the pipe, right? So you have to be doing your kata like this with your legs turned in and your leg muscles engaged to block the kick, because they weren't hard, they were heavy strikes, but they weren't fast or anything, right? So you have your legs like this, and then my adductors protect. There's like maybe this much space between them, and a shin's not going to get through that. So I compress down here, and I'm doing this stuff here while my sensei is kicking me in between the legs several times from the back as well, to test whether or not my stance is correct. Would you try that oil wrestling? I'm not really into being oily, you know? Like, especially full body oil is like, that's a lot. Yeah, you're cute as fuck, bro. No homo. Well, it sounds like a little bit. It's okay. Rusty Shackelford says, sup, Andrew Taint, top gooch. What is this? Top grundle. It translated that to ground. Top ground beef. We'll get you on the board, Rusty. Don't worry. You know how things work here. $71. Kyle, can you do me a favor and color your hair with a black mark? No. That'd be funny, though. Do you know the moves? The overhead, Lorena Bobbitt, and camel toe clinched? What? Looking buff as fuck, bro. Thank you, Emma. Thank you. It's good to see you. How are you doing? I've been taking my creatine, so I'm feeling a little, full. I'm feeling full of it. You know what I mean, Emma? How you been? We've had an interesting stream tonight. I did a little bit of dancing, a little bit of handpan. Lorena Bobbitt was a psycho. I'm so bad with names. Hold on. I'm gonna look this person up. I mean, the name is super familiar, of course, but I'm not good with names and faces. Oh yeah. Right. Oh my gosh. Beep says Bobbitt Worm. How's your weekend, Emma? How's your weekend, Beep? You've been beeping all beeping weekend? Oh, we got some vascularity going. I'm trying not to flex too hard. I'm sore. I'm gonna pull some. It happened in the 90s, if I remember correctly. Lorena Bobbitt would need tweezers and a scalpel for Kyle. Angelo says Andrew Tate. I wasn't even wearing the aviators. Hold on. Okay, but here's the thing you don't understand. Okay, so that's 72. All right. I'm feeling awesome, thanks. Please don't ever fuck with the steroids or test. Stay natty. Thank you, Emma. That is definitely how I see it as well. The the people in chat that have insisted that I take juice, I've given my reasons as to why. I don't need it. You know what I mean? And like, to get that huge, I would have to eat more than I want to. So, it's a self-limiting thing. I'm gonna get buff enough. All right, just you wait. I'm glad you're feeling awesome and natural. The energy is different today. You look more like white Morpheus with the shades. Awesome, brother. Keep going. Thank you. Yeah, it's a little bulking season. So, and well, the other thing too is like, I'm definitely eating for muscle growth, but I am now also training in a higher rep range, right? So before I was doing like sets of 2, 3. Now I'm doing sets of like 6 to 12, maybe a few more. Not really going to failure necessarily, but putting a different level of things. Emma says juice is for cheaters and insecure pussies. Well, Emma said it here, okay? So if anyone's caught juicing, well, I'm not going to speak for Emma, but just know that she's capable. All right? She won't stand for it. Well, and here I don't care like if we have a league like the what enhanced games, right? I don't care if we have stuff that's obvious where it's like, okay, you can do whatever you want. You know what I mean? Come as your freakiest self. But it's when it's like in the Olympics and shit like that when it's obviously cheating and I'm not cool with it at all. It's understood it happens, but that's the thing is like as humans we're just designed to cheat, right? That's how we dominated the planet is by cheating. So it's not that like you can't use juice. It's that you just have to use the workarounds. So you time it, you come off of it at the right time to hit the blood test, and then you come back on, and then you come back off again before. It's like they just found a cheat to the cheat so that, you know, it's allowed. It's fucked, you know. Very capable. Yes, that's what we like here. Who's this swaggy individual? Well, Captain Oliver, I'm your fucking daddy. Okay? Not really. But, you know, I'm sensei. Okay? And I can sense that you haven't done your training today. All right? Now, how are you going to unlock that Kamehameha? You're building a solid physique. Thank you. Keep the intensity high and don't skip legs. I do not. I can't do like barbell compressive stuff. Like I can't do back squats anymore or front squats. But you know, I'm finding different ways to challenge the legs. You know, I mean, I can already do a ton of Bulgarian split squats. So I'm gonna have to increase the load in a certain way. But the problem is I have back problems. So like I can't like load one hand with like a significantly heavy weight and pull my spine in that way with my hips displaced because of the one leg, you know. So it's like I have a lot of weird considerations I have to do to keep myself you know, feeling good. I hate goodbyes, so I'll just say until next time. See you, Kyle. Oh, I know I'll see you next time. I can never give up. You have a good night, okay? You have rustled my jimmies. Well, Captain. My Captain. Emma says, if you use juice, you're only cheating yourself. Put in real work to get real results. Right, and well, that's the thing is like, if you use steroids, the results only last as long as you can maintain that usage. And what if you run out of money? What if the dude you get your stuff from skips town? You know what I mean? Like you could lose everything. So it's so much better. And I am benefiting because I bulked up the hard way, the natural way over time. And I did it super aggressively too. But because I've done it before, each time, like the first time, it took me like 2 years to bulk up super hard. The second time, it took like 1 year, or like honestly, like maybe 10 months. So I'm not going to bulk up that hard. So I don't even know how fast this could happen, but I think pretty fucking fast, all things considered. Considering my age too, I'm in my late 30s. Phone account says, "Oh my gosh, it's Mr. Worldwide. You've already voted tonight, though." Phone account. I appreciate that. The glasses do give a little more pitbull as well. Corey says you should jack your arms up real huge with synthol. Oh, become an oil boy? Yeah, of course. Have them rot off or whatever. Aren't they exploding or something? I can't remember. I can't believe more people. Well, nowadays I kind of believe anything. Don't just chase bigger weights. Chase better technique. Oh, and that's how I do it, Urban, is I don't use heavy lifting. A lot of my stuff is on the rings. So it's like decompressive on my spine and body. But the load is very intense, right? So you can get a good stimulus, which is what I'm after. You're not supposed to remember, but I remember you. I remember you, and I've only streamed once today. So that's the key. You got to get me on a day where I've streamed multiple times, which has only happened once or twice. I'm hoping to do it more in the future, but then I get very confused. I'll start like I've been like looking at the board for. I knew I put it up here. I did just 6 hours earlier. Keep lifting smart and protecting your body. Exactly. You get it, Urban. You should watch the documentary called The Man Whose Arms Exploded. Oh, I've been following that dude for a while. Not like following, but like I've been seeing it for years and years and years. And now there's like a bunch of other people that he became famous for, and they do it too. They they just need attention, you know? And it sucks that they didn't get it when they were kids or whatever. But what a terrible, I can't imagine just the skin alone, let alone the stuff underneath. It's getting kind of late, chat. We might be winding down. Not might be, we are winding down. My throat's starting to tighten up. Do a lot of talking. A lot of running my mouth. Phone account says, I'm impressed by your physical ability. I envy your ability to aim throwing axes. If I could do that, I would be throwing axes at everybody. Well, maybe then it's good that you can't do that. But you're missing the point, phone account, because, and here's the thing. All right, I'm going to give you one of my secrets. Okay? I got 3 black belts in karate. I got a bunch of fucking trophies and medals. Okay? I've done all these things. Because I understand they're not different things, right? What is the common denominator between me being a dancer, me being a karate guy, me doing Krav Maga, me, streaming? It's me. So what I got good at was using the game controller, not getting good at one particular game. So I'm just a very skilled FPS, user of this body. And so when I try different things, I'm very successful because it's just using my body. So I've understood that from a very early on, that it's all the same stuff. So honestly, physical ability is just one thing. It's not 8 separate things or whatever. So, you could have your maximum physical ability. That's very interesting. I mean, it's just like you learn that extending your leg above hip level, just because in a ballet class you do it slowly and in a karate class you do it explosively, the same muscles are involved, the same considerations for shifting your weight and all physics apply to the same degree. So you do enough things and you get the top-down perspective, everything's the same thing. It's all the same thing. Okay? Singing. Okay, I can't sing, my throat's tightening up. I can sing, and I'm not even that great, but I can hit notes because I'm good at using my throat. Okay, I know how to breathe with my diaphragm and create pressure from underneath that's supported, right? I have an awareness and high level of specificity of my mind muscle connection, so I can fire specific muscles 2 degrees. So it's just, singing is just using your body in a way. It's like air pressure, air volume generated from the bottom, air pressure maintained through the throat by the shape of the throat, and then you use the air pressure to push against the muscles of your throat, and then you just shape it with your mouth. That's all singing is, right? So, but you use diaphragmatic breath for all athletics, for singing in musicals, for projecting your voice for public speaking, for meditation. Okay, it's all the same thing. So people like to overcomplicate stuff, but you do enough stuff and it all becomes simple. It's one of those stupid things it's like you're just flipping the words to be contrarian and sound the opposite. No, it's legit. You have to learn everything to learn that it's all just a couple of things. Kyle's work ethic deserves respect. Thank you. I am a workhorse. Sing a song, bro. I want to hear. I'm really good at whistling, but I can't sing. I've lost the ability to whistle because I haven't practiced it over many years. I don't know if I can sing really right now. I'll maybe try and hit something. I also can't sing anything copyrighted. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Phone Account. Happy. Oh, my voice is destroyed. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Phone Account. I was a little flat, it doesn't matter. Happy birthday to you. Try whistling again, please. Okay. I can only hit at certain, I don't have the dexterity anymore. I used to be a trumpet player when I was a kid. I've lost the like lip tension to be able to do that, And I'm tired. My face muscles are tired. I'll sing better for you guys next time. I did I can't remember what stream that was. I sang about someone's chickens they had. They're blind chickens. It's like, they're blind. Hens and roosters of my... Oh, it's that one I can't hit. Hens and... Oh. They are dinosaurs. I can't... I want to go for the high one. I can't hit it. Oh, the muscles are strong, but the vocals hit harder. Do they? Well, they hit harder than I can anymore. You're right about that. I have a good falsetto, but again, it's just a certain amount of pressure, and I'm only good at like maintaining that pressure to a certain degree. But, well, have a good night, brother. Thank you, Phone Account. I appreciate that. I'm too fucked up to keep watching. Well, I gotta get a protein shake in me. I gotta get to bed so that hopefully I can do a little workout for you guys tomorrow. Or, maybe you're busy, but I'm sure I'll catch you on another stream, so I appreciate it. Let's do a final tally of our lookalikes. It is Saturday night, Phone Account, and I appreciate that you party. Okay, who do I look like? 1,572 votes for Andrew Tate. 1 Johnny Sins. 1 Mole Rat. 1 Avatar: The Last Airbender. Earthbender. That's when I was wearing a green shirt. Flex Luthor. We got 2 of those. Fernando de Pessoa, hard to please guy, as always. We have Albino Tupac and Daughtry. 1 vote. Which brings the total for Daughtry, I think, up to 2. Strong body with a strong voice, that's a dangerous combo. Well, I might say, I feel like Triple Threat is, it's hard for me to claim that I can sing. I can sing well enough. I mean, some of the people that they got for Les Mis, the movie adaptation, I could have done that. But, I can sing, I can dance, I can act, I can fly, I can fight, and I can crow, okay? So it's like, hire me, you know what I mean? I wanted to get into motion capture, right? And wear the suit and do like fighting games and like animal shit. But there was this whole thing, it's a long story, but I couldn't get my portfolio of dance performances from the company, and I couldn't give them like a reel of my portfolio to like get the audition. So anyway, it's a whole thing. Kyle's got the discipline of an athlete and the talent of an artist. Thank you, Urban. Thank you. I do. And the body hair of several men. Okay. So, man, the forearm doesn't go quite as hard. With the brace, you only see the thick part. But the gains are coming. It's been a very short amount of time, so we just gotta let it cook. Okay, and you've all been part of the process, so I appreciate that. Well, Urban, phone account. I can never give up. Everyone else. Okay, I appreciate you. I love you. And yeah, I'll try and stream tomorrow. No promises, but we'll definitely stream again in the next, Monday, Tuesday at least. So I'll see you at some point. Appreciate the energy today. Keep leveling up. Take care, bro. See you next live. Os. I appreciate that. You guys inspire me too, okay? So, I mean, that's a big part of the inspiration is like everyone likes the muscles, so I'm like, oh, well, shit. You haven't even seen my best work. Anyway, you'll see it. Okay. Have a good night, everyone. And remember, I love you. And I want you to party.